All right, settle in, because today we are taking a truly magical deep dive into a story that captured the imagination of, well, pretty much everyone, an entire generation and beyond. We've been given a fantastic overview of J.K. Rowling's first novel, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone if you're listening in the U.S., of course. Our mission for this deep dive is to extract the most important nuggets, the surprising facts and the aha moments that make this story just so enduring. Okay, let's start unpacking this world.
Yeah, and what immediately grabs you, I think, right from the very first pages is how Rowling manages to pull you into such a richly imagined world. It's quite something. She's setting the stage, even then, for what would become this huge seven-book fantasy and adventure series, all kicking off with its publication back on June 26, 1997.
And central to that world, you meet this, well, seemingly ordinary boy, Harry Potter, living this really miserable life with his cruel relatives, the Dursleys, at 4 Privet Drive. He's completely unaware of his extraordinary heritage, treated, like an outsider in his own home. It's an immediate setup for themes of longing and belonging, isn't it?
Absolutely. That isolation is just so key. The way he's confined both physically and emotionally, it paradoxically deepens his desire for connection, for understanding. It makes his discovery of the wizarding world that much more impactful, like finding a missing piece of himself. And that discovery truly explodes on his 11th birthday.
That's right. Because everything changes when Hagrid, a half-giant, delivers that mysterious letter. This isn't just an invitation, it's a portal, really, revealing Harry is a wizard accepted into Hogwarts. But Hagrid also drops this huge truth bomb. Harry's parents, James and Lily Potter, they weren't just killed in a car crash like the Dursleys always claim, no. They were murdered by the dark wizard Lord Voldemort, who then mysteriously vanished after failing to kill baby Harry, making Harry the famous boy who lived. It's quite the origin story.
It's the ultimate revelation, isn't it? Just bam. It instantly establishes Harry's unique place in this magical world. He's not just any student. He's already a legend. And that reputation, well, it brings its own set of challenges and expectations right from day one. And what's particularly clever, I think, is how this initial shock sets up the central conflict for the entire series.
And the journey truly begins when Harry boards the Hogwarts Express from the famously hidden platform 9 3/4. This is where he meets two really pivotal characters. You've got Ron Weasley, kind but, a bit insecure boy from a large wizarding family, and Hermione Granger, a bright Muggle-born girl with an almost obsessive work ethic. They quickly become fast friends, and they're all sorted into Gryffindor House. What do you think makes this particular trio so enduringly popular?
Oh, they're dynamic for sure. That's what truly sets them apart. Harry is the brave leader, but he's often quite naive about the wizarding world, right? Ron provides that relatable, sort of everyman perspective from within the magic. He often mirrors the audience's own sense of wonder or sometimes frustration. And then Hermione, a muggle-born coming from non-magical parents, she offers that crucial outsider's diligence, logic, meticulous research. They get sorted into Gryffindor, known for bravery and daring, which aligns them perfectly for the challenges they're going to face. It's their unique strength and even their flaws, I think, that make their bond feel so authentic.
Yeah, definitely. And beyond the classroom, Hogwarts itself, it fundamentally serves as the crucible where Harry's identity truly begins to form. He discovers this world full of wonder, learning to fly on a broomstick, which sounds amazing. And he quickly becomes the seeker on the Gryffindor Quidditch team. But it's not all magical sports and wonder, is it? He also encounters other students, like his rival Draco Malfoy, and key professors, too.
No, it's certainly not all fun and games. You have the wise and kind headmaster Dumbledore, the stern but fair McGonagall, and then there's the suspicious potions master, Professor Snape. Snape seems to hold this mysterious grudge against Harry right from the outset. I mean, many readers, myself included, spent years trying to figure out the true nature of his antagonism, which is really a testament to Rowling's long game storytelling. He's such a fascinating figure, isn't he?
He absolutely is, yeah. And as Harry settles in, he and his friends stumble upon something truly puzzling. A 3-headed dog named Fluffy guarding a trapdoor on the 3rd floor. Bit strange. It's a direct nod to Cerberus from Greek mythology, isn't it? Subtly signaling to you, the reader, that this world, well new, is built on these ancient, powerful archetypes. Anyway, they soon uncover a secret. Someone is trying to steal the Philosopher's Stone. So what's the big deal about this magical object created by Nicholas Flamel? Why is it so coveted?
Well, the Philosopher's Stone, it isn't just some magical MacGuffin. Its power to grant immortality immediately introduces this profound moral dilemma into Harry's world. It forces him, even at that age, to grapple with the true cost of eternal life and the allure of ultimate power. These are themes that resonate throughout the entire series. It's a foundational element, really, that elevates the plot beyond just a simple treasure hunt.
Right. So the stage is set for the confrontation. Harry, Ron, and Hermione initially suspect Snape, which, looking back, is a brilliant piece of misdirection. Really clever. But as they bravely go through this series of magical challenges to reach the stone, obstacles course almost, they learn the real culprit is Professor Quirrell. And this is where it gets really dark, as they discover Quirrell is secretly possessed by the weakened Lord Voldemort. He's literally on the back of his head.
Yeah, it's quite grotesque.
Harry confronts them, somehow manages to stop them from obtaining the stone. And in the end, Dumbledore destroys the stone to prevent its misuse. It's a remarkably high-stakes climax for a first book in a series.
It truly is. And the way Voldemort is introduced here, weakened and parasitic, is crucial. It's not a full, overwhelming confrontation yet. But it subtly establishes his return as the inevitable overarching threat for the whole series. Harry defeats him not just with magic, but with pure love, protection from his mother, and the courage of his friends. Those are all central to the series' core message, really. It sets the precedent for how Harry will overcome darkness in the future.
Phew, what an adventure. Okay, so you've just got the essential plot points of this epic start to a series. But beyond the thrilling plot, brave orphan fighting dark forces, what truly makes this deep dive resonate for you? What's the deeper stuff?
Well, this narrative, it so effectively explores complex ideas while remaining incredibly accessible. That's part of its genius, I think. We meet these characters. Harry, the orphan protagonist who finds his family, essentially. Ron, the loyal friend navigating his own insecurities, which is very relatable. Hermione, the intelligent and resourceful brainiac who shows that courage isn't just about fighting. And key figures like the wise Dumbledore, the friendly Hagrid, the ever-mysterious Snape, and of course the formidable Lord Voldemort and his, host, Professor Quirrell. Through their journeys, the book explores these really profound themes.
So digging deeper into that then, what themes really stand out for you?
Okay, well, there's the classic struggle of good versus evil, obviously, embodied in Harry's battle against Voldemort. But it's often more nuanced than just pure black and white, even early on. Friendship and loyalty are absolutely central to Harry's success and his personal growth. It shows how even really different personalities with their own flaws and strengths can form these unbreakable bonds.
Right.
We see courage and self-sacrifice, particularly in Harry's willingness to risk himself for others, demonstrating that true bravery often means putting others before yourself. The story is also deeply about identity and self-discovery, as Harry learns who he truly is and begins to sort of embrace his destiny. And finally, the allure of the Philosopher's Stone itself delves into the themes of power and immortality and the moral dilemmas they present. Big stuff.
It's really not just a great story, is it? Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone launched one of the most successful book series in history, full stop. It introduced readers like you to this incredibly richly imagined wizarding world, which has now become, a global cultural touchstone. It's way more than just a fantasy novel. It's a phenomenon.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it was highly praised precisely for blending that high fantasy element with deeply relatable coming-of-age themes. That's what made it so accessible and meaningful across generations. Kids, adults, everyone. Its widespread success naturally led to its adaptation into that successful 2001 film directed by Chris Columbus. So you now have a shortcut, really, to being well-informed on this foundational piece of modern fantasy. Understanding not just the plot, but the underlying brilliance that made it so impactful. And this maybe raises an important question for you to ponder. In a world full of hidden magic and hidden dangers, what Philosopher's Stone are you seeking in your own life? That ultimate goal or desire. And what would you sacrifice to protect or obtain it? Something to think about.
Indeed. And that concludes our deep dive into Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. We really hope you gain some fascinating insights and feel even more well-informed. Join us next time for another deep dive.